Coming up on today's battle report.
Okay. Can you put your weighted dice away, please?
I only bring weighted dice.
Hey up guys, it's Kyle here, and we are with...
Ben!
Yay, he speaks! With a 1,500 point game of Armies of Renown.
Yes.
We had a really good fun, me and Jimmy, with the last one, so we're going to try and do this again for you guys. So it is the might of the Death Guard versus the beautiful...
The Vanguard Spearhead from Warzone Macmund.
Yes. You're doing Ultramarines as their underlining chapter. So, scouring from the new 2022 mission pack. So there's a lot to go through. You guys have already probably know, you score 4, 8 and 12. And there's a little cheeky little bonus points at the end of the game. So, nice and easy. No waffling like Jimmy would do. So that's Jim. Go with armies. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
See you there. And here we are with my 1,500 points of Renowned Death Guard. They have taken a point increase with the new changes, which has stung them, but I still feel like they are still quite chunky. I have burned quite a lot of CP. 6 to start with in this game, so I have 2 patrols. Just so I can get a lot more of my lords in, basically. So I've got a hell of a lot of characters, a lot of relics, and a lot of warlord traits burnt through. So if I do forget any, they're in the description below. Easy as chips. So Typhus has to be the warlord. He has 2 warlord traits. Is the original one, and the new one, it basically gives him +1 attack, deletes obsec, and it deletes rerolls of wounds against him. So it's quite decent. It's like a little mini Mortarian. Don't tell Typhus, I said that. Going through the HQ, we have this beautiful lord here. He has the mark from Typhus. He's second in command, which basically gives him +1 strength, no reroll wounds against him, and once per game he can basically go, that wound doesn't matter. Does not matter indeed. Going over to the other HQ, we have the Demon Prince. I have given him the hulking physique, so he has 9 wounds, and transhuman, which I think will be nice and annoying for Ben's Marines. And then rounding off today, we have a Plaguecaster. He has a new relic as well. I totally forgot the name, but basically gives +6 inch to his psychic abilities. So this guy can do smites on 24, etc, etc. Thinking it could be quite beneficial in the long run. Quite a lot of HQ, but I do feel like their roles are very, very valid. Going into the troop, I have a 5-man Marine squad with the Plague Spewer gun, all that lovely goodness. I have a 20-man Poxwalkers, just so they can fumble around with Typhus, getting a nice little aura buff. And going over here, these are old school Marines, but just for this game we are using them as cultists purely because the base sizes are that small. It's unfair to say they're Marines because they can hide behind things, piling, etc. So I think for this game, cultists are the way forward. So just remember that, guys, these are cultists. Going over to the elite, I have a surgeon, personal favourite of mine. He has got an additional warlord trait, the Arch Contaminator, which gives rerolls to plague weapons. So you can imagine he's going to buddy up with some of these Terminator fellas and get them being OP. And then going over here, we have the foul Blightspawn, I think it is. They've all got very, very nasty names. This guy has an amazing gun, as many of you know, and I've upgraded it with a disease so he can get to reroll his hits in a sense. So if he gets a 1, he can obviously reroll it and see how many hits he gets. Just to clarify, he has also got it on his twin flamer there. I generally get it wrong, but I will remember this time that it's +1 strength as well on both of them upgrades. And then going over to the Terminators, I have a 5-man Terminator squad with the Mace and the Flamer, the recurring theme here. And then we have a 3-man Blight Lord Terminators. No, they are Death Shroud. I knew I'd get it wrong. Death Shroud. You think this is... I would know this because it's my own actual army. These guys are amazing. They are very expensive now, but hopefully they are still worth the pointage. And then, rounding it off, I have 2 spawns. I burn another CP, so they have got Disgusting Resilience. I feel like it's very, very good in this. They can just be a harassing unit, holding objectives, and just being a complete little nuisance, because they are pretty tough. I do believe that's everything. Like I said, there's a lot of relics, a lot of warlord traits, and a lot of bonuses. With this detachment, I cannot take any vehicles. That's the rules. So as you can see, they're all flux like walking, zombie hordes, and all that good stuff indeed. They can do strategic reserves for virtually everything, but for this game, I don't think I'm going to be doing it just because I've got 6 CP and I want to show off some nice stratagems. But yeah, secondaries. So I've gone for Spread the Sickness, I have gone for Assassination, and I have gone for Engage on all fronts. Spread the Sickness, get an objective, take some mortal wounds, bag yourself 3 points. It is pretty tasty. Assassination, Ben has quite a few HQ, not as much as me, but he's got quite a lot. Then I think if I can get into amongst his troop, I can probably tear through and get to them HQ squads. And then finally Engage. This was one where I was not totally sure with, but I went with it purely for the fact that if I can survive a round of shooting and I can get into the middle because all the objectives are there, I can probably just inch into his objective and just hang around being Death Guard and doing what they do best and just being really persistently irritating. Psychic powers, there is a bit of a mixed bag as well. So Typhus has gone for the actual old school original Death Guard Codex Psychic powers, but then I have gone for some of the new ones in, I think it's called the Festa Discipline, in the new Warzone booklet. So the Plaguecaster has some nice ones going on, and so does the Demon Prince. Hopefully I can get to show them off. Hopefully they get blown up. Hopefully I win. Let's go. See the Marines.
Here is 1,500 points of a Vanguard Phobos detachment. My warlord is the Chief Librarian. He's an adept to the Codex for some CP farming, and he's carrying Shadow's Touch, a special Vanguard force sword. I've got 2 lieutenants, a Phobos lieutenant who's a Lord of Deceit, and a Reaver lieutenant who's got the Knight's Blade, which is another Phobos Vanguard relic, and the Rites of War. In my troop slot, I have 2 units of incursors. Both of them have a mine, and they both have the special Vanguard upgrade, which I forget the name of right now. I'll come to that in the game. And I have a unit of infiltrators. In the elite slot, I have a unit of Reavers with the grav shoots, and I have 3 Invicta warsuits. I'm joined today by one of Jimmy's golden boys for the extra backup. In the fast attack, I've got 3 suppressors. In the heavy support, I've got 3 eliminators, and I've been joined today by a Vindicar assassin. Priority threat about to be neutralised. My secondaries for today are Assassination, obviously. He's got 6 characters. Engage on all fronts, because I'm going to be running around, and raise the banners to hopefully squeak a couple of early points. Let's see how the Phobos do.
Deployment has been set. The Death Guard. Look at all this nonsense. Hero after hero after hero after hero, and wave after wave along all this cheating. So obviously Vanguard, as most of you should know by now, can pretty much deploy anywhere within, as long as it's 9 inch away. So these guys are anchoring down here. You've got the suppressors back there with the lieutenant, and all these guys are anchoring in this ruin, with these pushing forward, holding potentially the middle ground, and hopefully bagging some banners along the way. So as we play, if you can't see through, you can't shoot. If you're in the ruins, you can still shoot them, but it's +1 to your armor save. And we're going to go with this structure in the middle. You can shoot through, but it's a -1 to hit, as well as trees and little rocks and stuff like that. So down here as well. I think pretty much everything's out in the open, so there's not really anything that can't really shoot anything. So we shall get on with the battle. We will get his dice and see who gets the first turn. Ben was eager. He rolled and got a 6, and I got a 3. Should have been on camera, but never mind. Space Marines, the Vanguard nonsense is getting the first strike.
Okay, so movement phase turn 1 complete. As you can see, there's a lot of incursors missing because I redeployed using a load of deceit. The 2 Invictors up that side have moved up, backed up by the suppressors, who are within 6 inches of that lieutenant over there. These incursors have done raise the banners. These incursors have done raise the banners. The infiltrators have moved up to there and had soul sight cast on them by the librarian, which gives them reroll hits and enemy doesn't get the benefit of cover. So, next thing, the shooting phase. Bye bye, Death Guard.
First off, the lone
Golden Boy,
Invictor Warsuit, is going to be shooting the Cultist. It's his -1 to hit because of all this good stuff here. Due to the Vanguard, it's infantry only, so he will be hitting on 4s.
Yeah, we're starting with the assault launcher, is it? The Fragstone grenade launcher. Okay. Because there's more than... is there more than 10 of them?
Yeah, there's 12. Yeah.
So that's 6 attacks, hit on 4s. All hit.
Okay. Can you put your weighted dice away, please?
I only bring weighted dice. Wound on 3s. 2 wounds. No minus.
Okay, I don't know what Cultist armor saves are, but they'll be like 5 or 6s regardless. I will check, but one is definitely dead. I think it's a 6 up, but we'll just double check. If not, 2 are splat. Next up, it is the Flamer into the same unit.
There was more than 11. Oh no, it's not blast. Don't matter. Ignore me. 5 hits. Wound on 3s.
Yep.
That's 3 dead.
Yep.
Minus
Cool.
2.
7 remaining.
The heavy bolter hits on 4s. 2 hits. Wounds on 3s. No wounds. Disappointing. And then the heavy stubber. 8 attacks. Hit on 4s.
Ooh, that's...
Wounds on 3. So 1 wound. Minus 2.
Minus 2?
Yeah.
Okay, another one's dead. So that is 6 remaining. You have managed to kill half of that unit. Next up was this guy shooting everything, barring his flamer because of without a range into the Cultist and only killing 2. The -1 really paid off at that point. Do we know where we're going next?
Yes, the suppressors are going to attempt to finish off that unit.
Brilliant. Okay.
So they'll be 9 attacks, hitting on 4s, killing on 2s, re-rolling 1s. That's 4 hits. No, 3 hits. Oh no.
Do you want to CP it just so you can wipe them? Or morale might kill them off, to be fair.
Yeah.
Most likely to kill them off.
Kill on 2s. Yeah, 3 dead.
Cool, so that is the champion still remaining, if you want to call it that, in the Cultist squad. Oh dear, not very good. I'll let you have a little think and we'll come back with the next round of shoot. We shot with the troop, managing to only kill 2, and then this final warsuit managed to do his frag storm, only killing 1 Poxwalker, which was pretty disappointing. So now you're shooting the bigger guns. Which ones are they, sorry?
The autocannon, the heavy bolter, and the heavy studders.
I'm going to go all into my Death Shroud bodyguards.
So, we'll start with the trace fire of the heavy stubber.
Fair enough.
Hit on 3s. That's cocked. Yeah. Wound on 5s.
Do you know why that failed? Because that's my dice. It betrayed you.
Get out. 5s.
I don't know.
That's nothing.
Okay.
Alright. 6 dice here, so we'll do the autocannon. 3s. 3s.
What strength is autocannon?
7.
7, yeah.
-2.
Two go through.
No, 1.
1. Okay, so 4 up in Vun. Loves it.
And then the heavy bolter. All hit. Same again, please. 2 wounds at -2.
-2, so 4s again. Both go through, so that is 2 damage down on one of the Terminators. Now bringing out the big boys, his Eliminator squad is going to shoot which rounds?
The hyperfrag rounds.
Into the bodyguards, because, well, we can't hit my characters without that squad being there. What does it do then, good sir?
3d3 shots. So that's 7 shots.
Not bad.
Hit on 2s. Wound on 4s. Save on 3s. Hit on 2s.
Okay.
Wound on 4s. 2. Save on 3s.
Save on 3s. Right. 1 goes through. Oh, is that a 6? No, that goes through. Alright, and then I get a 6 up Feel No Pain. Which I nearly did, but I did not get it. So that means you have killed one of the bodyguards, good sir.
Cool. Okay, the Vindicar Assassin can see the... I don't know his name.
Mr. Lord of
Virulence?
Virulence, yeah. Contagion's the big guy with the axe.
Yeah. So I hit you on a 2, I wound you on a 2. -3 to your save. You can't take an invuln.
CP?
You're not allowed an invuln.
Sounds like Tau shenanigans coming on here. So, AP -3?
Yeah.
5 ups.
Cool.
What's damage is it?
You take D3 damage. You take 1 damage. Now, I didn't kill you. So, on a 3+, you take a mortal wound.
Okay.
Cool. You're still not dead. So, on a 4+, you take a mortal wound. Cool. You're still not dead.
Does it keep going?
So, on a 5+, you take a mortal wound. So, you took 3 wounds.
Okay. I can live with that. Yikes.
Okay, so I'm going to use 1 CP for the Vindicar to use the double kill stratagem, and this time he's going to shoot a Death Shroud Terminator.
Okay.
So hits on a 2. Oh, life's full of disappointments. I will CP reroll that. Hits, wounds on a 2. Get out! Okay, so end of turn recap. Done a bit of damage to the Death Shrouds, made inroads there to be able to start sniping them out later. Wounded this guy, and I've raised the banners on this one, and then Kyle has some news about what went on over here.
So I burned 2 CP to keep him around for morale. It is crazy, but because of Spread the Sickness being an inventory for Death Guard, I can move him onto 5, self-sacrifice him for Papa Nurgle, and bag myself 3 victory points. I feel like a bit bonkers, but it's a worthy cause. So as much as I've only on 4 CP now, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Solid. Just gonna do it. So yeah.
Fair play. It's Kyle's turn 1, coming at you.
Turn 1 movement, command and psychic, but not in that order. He's been complete, so these guys have moved around. I've advanced the foul blight spawn, so he can still shoot his acid spray into potentially these targets down here. They've all just moved around. The plague marines have advanced from the back over there, just so they're hiding behind this objective, so they can't get shot, and then I can see where I am down the line. This blob is pretty much all advanced. Just because the shooting is very minimum and I'd rather get up the board as quick as I can. The Demon Prince has just flown over because he has the wings, and the Spawn has just anchored down Objective 3 for the time being. Psychic went off pretty successfully, rolling very high numbers. So I did a smite from the Demon Prince and the Plaguecaster, killing 2 intercessors.
No, infiltrators.
Damn it, infiltrators. And I tried a new psychic power, Noxious Discharge, very grim to say, which is like an outpour of mortal wounds. That didn't go off, but what did go off is Typhus's Miasma Pestilence on his Death Shroud, so -1 hit, and Pubescent Vitality, which is +1 strength, +1 toughness.
You failed that one, didn't you?
No, got a 7.
Okay.
I got a 7. So they are toughness 6, which will help against heavy bolters and all that sort of stuff as well. So that was pretty successful. Now they are split into 2 camps, this side and that side. Luckily, with the bodyguard keyword, which is a little bit stupid, all my characters are safe for now, but with the amount of firepower, he could probably pick them off, rolling better than he did first turn. So shooting, what we're going to do is all the bolters in the world are going to be shooting pretty much off camera because it's bolter shots. And you're not here for that. You're here for juicy, juicy fights. This side, I don't think anything can shoot anymore. So it's just literally a little bit of peppering, and that is pretty much my turn done. So we'll do all the bolter shots off camera and see what damage I achieve. So we did all the bolter shots and the acid sprays from the boss and all this nonsense here. Went into this golden boy, managing to take him down to 4 wounds, which is pretty impressive. So finally, the last bit of shooting will be the acid spray guy. He is an assault, so he can still shoot, but because he's an assault and he's a flamer, it means nothing to him about advancing. I've upgraded him so I can reroll how many shots I get if I do not like the initial one. So we shall see what I get for free. I will reroll that for 5. Huzzah! So 5 auto hits. It's strength 8 because it's been upgraded. Doesn't make any difference because he is toughness 6, so freeze to wound. Rerolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. Still 2 1s. 3 armour saves at 6s, please. Good sir.
2 damage each?
Yes.
I need 2 6s. I'm going to CP reroll.
Okie dokie.
No.
Wasn't meant to be. Does he explode?
Do I get it back?
Yeah, go for it.
No. Does he explode?
No. Lots of no's. That is Golden Boy. Thanks, Jimmy. But he is now going back to you in the post. Turn recap. Short but sweet. Did pretty well. Psychic went really, really well. Shooting went a lot better than I thought. Managing to pop this guy down here. Spread the Sickness went off. The final Cultist sacrificed himself. The Papa Nurgle bagging me 3 points for Spread the Sickness, which is good stuff. Engage, not yet, but I felt like this was going to be an end game, sort of clawing it back if it all goes to plan. These guys are buffed up to the max with Typhus, so I likely think these guys will stay around for a little bit longer, so my troop and HQ will be around for turn 2 and 3. Fairly confident, went really well. Let's carry on. Space Marines, turn 2. Coming at you.
Okay, so turn 2 movement phase. I pulled the infiltrators off the board using guerrilla tactics, so they've been put into strategic reserve. I've spent another 2 CP on uncompromising fire, so these incursors are doing the Auspex scan mission 1 on the objective 2, and it still means they can shoot. The Reavers have dropped in at the back of the board to grant me engage on all fronts. The Invicta Warsuit has moved off over here. I'm going to spend 1 CP, so these incursors can ignore Lookout Sir using Marksman Target Tracker. Oh, it's 2 CP. And they are going to open fire at this boy over here. So next thing is going to be my psychic phase.
Psychic Phase was a mixed bag. He did Hallucination on my Demon Prince, getting a Perils, double 6. He wore it, so Demon Prince is -1 a hit in combat if he gets there. And he wore the 2 wounds, so he's down to 3. And then the second Psychic Power was called what, sorry? Soul Shake?
No, Soul Shout.
Soul Shout.
I failed. Hallucination.
Yeah. Soul Shout, again, was the re-rolling hits on the troop. He went off on a 7, I denied on a 10, so that didn't go off. So we'll go straight into this glorious shooting phase. This warsuit is shooting all his payload into the Terminators, seeing what he can do.
So the Heavy Flamer. Yes!
Hey, lovely.
Turn 2 is my turn.
Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12. Wound on 4s.
Yeah.
Turn 2 is not my turn. So it's 4 wounds at -1.
4 wounds at -1. 1 goes through, so 1 damage on one of the Terminators.
Start the frag launcher, 4 shots. 3 hits. No wounds.
Okay.
The heavy bolter, 1 hit. Wounds, -1.
Loves it.
Heavy still there. 7 hits.
Solid.
4 wounds at -1.
Another one goes through, so you've taken 2 wounds off one of the Terminators. Autocannon time, baby! Gonna go shoot into this squad here. They've not moved, so...
They count as not moving because they are Ultramarines during the tactical doctrine.
But do they get a +1 from the Vanguard?
They do, because I've moved more than 4 inches.
Okay, cool. So you get -1 because of the... Oh no, yeah. Yeah, let's go for it.
Hit on 3s. Wounded on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of the lieutenant. It's cocked.
Got a 6.
So 5 wounds, -1.
-1. So you managed to do 3 wounds on the Terminus, killing 1 and putting 1 down to 1 wound.
Yep.
Marksman target tracker for 2 CP from these guys are going to be able to shoot into my Warlord. So basically, Lookout Sir is negated.
You don't gain the benefits of cover because of their weapons, and they've moved 4 inches, so they're hitting on 2s.
Brilliant. So 2s and then 5s re-rolling 1s or some nonsense.
Yep.
But is 6 not a wound? Or is it...
No, that's the infiltrators.
Ah, okay. My apologies.
5 re-rolling 1s. That's cocked. No 1s there. So 4 at -1.
Okay. Well, 1 goes through. So he's
That's what I
down
wanted.
to 2 wounds remaining.
Puts him in range of the Vindicar.
Oh my goodness. Oh no, it's sniper time, baby! He's going to obviously be shooting at this 2 wound remaining Lord. See what he can do. Hitting on 2s. Hits.
Wounded on 2s. Wounds.
-3 on it.
-3. You don't get an invuln.
So 5s.
5.
I will burn this. Nope, still 3.
So it
So
takes D3 damage.
for 1,
So on a 3 up, you take a mortal wound.
he's dead.
Have you got feel no pain?
Old school Death Guard do, but not this bloody rubbish. If I had the Surgeon nearby, I would have done, but no.
Lovely. In that case, I will use the Assassin Stratagem, Priority Threat Neutralised. It's a 0 CP stratagem. I gain 1 CP.
Lovely jubbly stuff. So he's dead. Ben's back up to 5. I'm down to 4. Oh dear, oh dear. Stop the bus! Stop the bus! I remembered the other part to the mark of Typhus. Basically, it gives him an ability. Once per battle, when a saving throw is failed from the bearer, you can use his ability to do so. The saving throw is passed instead. So basically, I would have basically auto-passed it. So he's still on 2 wounds remaining. Not a happy bunny. Not a happy bunny. I'm just going to go.
All the hard work.
I know, all the hard work for nothing. So, 1 CP burn for him to reload his gun and aim at a different target. Hitting Fireman Sam. Not Fireman Sam.
It's on a 2. Wounds on a 2. -3. No invuln.
6 of armor save. He saves it. After a little thing, the Eliminators are opening their rounds into the spawns, hopefully trying to wipe them out and hold, stopping me from bagging 4 victory points. I'm going to say common points again. 3d3.
That 3, 4, 5. Hit on 2s. What's your toughness?
6.
Wound on 5s. 2 wounds.
Hey.
No minus.
5 ups. Nope. 1 dead and 1 on 3 wounds remaining. Final bit of shooting. It is the war suit is going to shoot everything into the Death Shroud, barring the assault launcher into the Poxwalkers. We'll film this camera and see if he can do any dent into this ginormous Death Guard blob. Charge phase now. It is the war suit is going to take vengeance on his fallen brother into this warlord. I am going to burn 1 CP for Overwatch because I have a flamer and it will be mad not to. So we'll roll this off camera, see what damage is potentially, and then we'll see if he gets into the fight. 2 wounds down off the war suit. He got a double one for the charge. He re-rolled it and got an 11, I do believe. So he's smashing into the ranks of my warlord. See if he can survive this bombardment of fists. Due to the Foul Blight Spawn's ability, I can make this war suit fight last. So I get to hit him first and then see if he can strike me back. 5 attacks hitting on 3s. Dropping 3. 2s to wound, because it's strength 10.
So it's 3s to wound.
Why? Contagion.
Contagion, yeah.
Plague weapon, so I get to reroll that 1. Cool. So it is AP -3, flat 2 damage.
4 damage.
Cool. So he's down to 7 wounds remaining. So right.
Still top bracket.
Cool. He's just going to get punched
3s.
in the face. Drop to 2.
Toughness.
5.
2s. 2 at -3.
4 up in ones. Fail or pass them both. 6 and a 4. Oh dear, oh dear. So that being done, it is Ben's turn over. I'll give him over to give him the camera, and we'll see.
Don't give me the camera. I'm going to throw it.
Don't listen, Jimmy. He won't do it. He won't do it.
Okay, so it's all going badly wrong. At the end of the phase, I scored 3 points for engage on all fronts. I got 2 for raise the banners this turn, and I scored 8 on the primary. I also did the action on this, so at the end of the game I'll get 3 CP. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to slow the Death Guard down, so we're just going to have to try and play the game and see what points I can get on the secondaries. So Kyle's turn 2 coming up.
Turn 2 for the Death Guard, and I have marched up the board. These Marines have moved over to Objective 1. Spread the Sickness has been acted on here, losing 1 mortal wound on one of the Marines, bagging me 3 victory points. Over here, I've advanced everything up. 7 was the lowest I got in the whole combined movement. So I've moved them up. In the command phase, I also burn 1 CP for the Dead Walk again, managing to bring them all back. So the nice fleshed out 20-man squad. My idea is this: is flesh out, defend the characters to a degree, and then hold objective 3 a little bit more, because if the spawn dies, it might lose me that area. Granted, he has obsec stuff around, but we'll address that when it comes down to it. The Demon Prince has bombed up like a complete boss, as you'd imagined, with potentially, I think it's a 5, 6, 7 inch charge, depending on what kind of you want to go. We'll measure up when it comes to the time. Just down here, the Terminators have moved forward, just so that everything's relatively in range of these guys down here. The Foul Blightspall has scuttled forward with the intention to shoot and then go into the combat down here, hopefully saving himself from a lot of volley fire. We'll see how much damage I can potentially do down here to address that situation. So that's that. We'll do Psychic off camera. It's probably a lot of buffering and smiting down here, but we'll review it when we'll see you guys back at the start of the shooting phase. Well, Psychic was fun. We didn't film it, and I apologise, because this guy, with one of his Psychic powers, is basically spotted his Warlord. The Psychic power was called Accelerated Entropy, which basically means we roll a dice, add it to his toughness. If I beat him, it's flat free. If I double it, it's D3 plus 3, which is pretty tasty. Managing to do it quite comfortably. And yeah, goodbye Warlord, so bagging me 4 for assassination. On top of that, we did the Discharge Psychic power. It went off, so 1 mortal wound on the troop and the Dread. And then Typhus bossed both his Psychic powers, so the Death Rider -1 to hit, toughness 6 and strength 5. Good stuff indeed. So, like this side, because they're all advanced, no shooting is going to be happening on this side, and all we will be doing on this one is just measuring up if I can see anything. I don't think I can, because how we play it is that's going to block it.
The sickness.
Oh, I've said it. Right. Yeah, so that's obviously there. Good point. I get you what you're saying now. Obviously, can't shoot with them anyway. So it will be just bolt of fire from these guys into probably the troop. I feel that's probably the logical thing. I am burning 1 CP for overwhelming generosity. So make Fireman Sam an 18-inch flamer, and I'm going to be putting that onto the suppressors. So we will roll the bolters off camera, and we'll come back to Fireman Sam in the shooting phase. 1 bolter went through, managing to kill one of the troop. Now it is the extended flamer, so D6 shots for 3. I will re-roll that because I have the ability for 5. So it's 5 auto hitting shots. I'm not picking the dice to save my life. Strength 8, so it's 2 to wound in it because of toughness 4. I'll go through. It's AP -3. Ooh.
Wipe the squad.
Squad is wiped. After that, it's charge phase, boys and girls. So I'm going to charge the Terminators and the Foul Bolt Spawner into this warsuit. The logic being, I don't want it to be left out in the open against these guys. Plus, with his aura ability, can shut him down. I'll reread it, but I'm fairly confident it's after everything else is fought, so even my Warlord. So that's something. Flying over to a bit probably more of importance. This guy needs a 6 to get into the troop.
I'm going to spend 2 CP for defensive focus, so the Invicta Warsuit and the Eliminators are going to overwatch at the Demon Prince.
Sounds like a plan. So we will start over here, the easier side. So the Terminators, just to see where they can go, for a 9. And then Fireman Sam needing a 5. Well, I needed a 4, getting in comfortably. So I'll move them in, no problem. Do you want to see? So what we'll do watch the camera, and we'll see if this Demon Prince loses any wound. No damage has been dealt to the Demon Prince, so needing a 6. Getting a 7. He is in, boys and girls. So I'll move everything in, and we'll start this fight phase. Oh.
On a 2-up, protects D3 mortal wounds.
You making rules up? Oh.
No.
Oh, is it the...
They have a mine.
Wah, wah. Starting here, the swords now. One is the champion, so it is 7 attacks. I am burning 2 CP for Eternal Hatred, which is +1 to wound as well. So, hitting on freeze. Reroll that, because that's cocked. Right, so 5 hit. It is strength 5 against toughness 5, so it's 4s normally, but it's +1 to wound. So winning on freeze. All go through. It's AP -3, so 6s, so 5. Reroll that again.
No. So he's down to 2 wounds.
And then we'll go on to the axes. So hitting on freeze, 1 hit. Wounds on 2s goes through. It's AP
-2.
so 5. Reroll that again, mate.
No.
It's down to 1 wound. And then Mace Windu, hitting on freeze. Reroll that because it's singed. Right, and then reroll that because of the boss. Okay. 5, 2s to wound. Reroll that because of plague weapon. Damn it. 5 at 5s. If not, it's dead.
Does it explode?
No, that is another warsuit down.
Okay, so around here, the Demon Prince against the Incursors. You're using what attack?
I'm going to use the sword purely because the AP value is 3 rather than the Talon. I get an extra attack with the Talon, which is obviously more beneficial, but you'll be getting 4 up armor saves, which
Okay.
I'd rather make you get 6s.
Right.
Hitting on freeze because of the Warlord's last act was to give him hallucinations. Hit on freeze. Okay, let's drop 1. It is 2s.
Your strength 8.
Yeah. Right, it's not a plague weapon, you'd be happy to know. So
Okay.
just 3 6 of armor saves.
Damage.
3. So 3 are dead.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't fight back. Unless... Oh, you can consolidate into them.
I'm going to consolidate. I can't, can I? It's 2 more than 3 inch. I can't consolidate these, can I?
You can get the Eliminators, yeah.
Because I'll tag these instead then.
Okay, attack the Eliminators. So the Eliminators get to attack back.
Yes.
3 for the Sergeant. You've just consolidated into this, so I don't get thingy. So 7 attacks. 3s.
They're thirsty for it.
5s. They are. 5
Wow.
wounds. 5 wounds. Come on, boys.
AP, nothing?
No.
So
They're
3.
just punching him.
Managed to take 2 wounds off him. He's
Well
down
done,
to
boys.
7. 7 wounds remaining. Oh, wow.
You're getting it this turn.
No! We did the morale off camera for the troop. He got a 1, so they are brave boys indeed. So, not a bad turn at all for the Death Guards. Getting points in every single secondary and obviously on the primary. So 8 for the primary. I got 3 for spreading sickness, thanks to the Plague Marines in the middle here. Assassination, 4 for killing the Warlord, which was pretty brutal. And then 2 for engage, thanks to the Demon Prince bombing over here. Yeah. To be fair, Ben's rolling in his shooting phase should have been a lot better. Let's just all not deny that at all. But this turn has been very, very good for the Death Guard. This blob is pretty much untouched. He's just slowly marching into his corner. Granted, he has these guys at the back, potentially just sitting there, just holding points. But hey-ho, he's still got some things to drop in. And he still has a big punchy suit left standing. But can I kill another one in turn 3? Who knows? We shall see. So let's move on to Marines, turn 3.
End of movement recap. So the Eliminators dropped out of close combat. The Vindicar Assassin has moved around, so he's got a line of sight on this bloke, and he can draw a line of sight over to the guy who's been trying to kill all game long as well. The Invicta Warsuit has moved round to open fire all weapons into the Demon Prince and possibly punch him in the head. The Reaver Lieutenant has dropped in here to try and take this objective. The Reavers have stayed where they are, and the infiltrators that I pulled off the board last turn have dropped in at the back of the board over there. The Lieutenant is doing the scan objective on objective 4, and the Incursors have moved up to protect him from these boys. So, no psychic phase, shooting phase coming up.
The Warsuit is shooting everything into this Demon Prince. He wants him out of his realm.
So the Fragstorm, 6.
Nice.
Hit on, you get covered, don't you?
Well, technically not, because it's base to base with it, so you class. Okay. So yeah, you'll be fine.
3s. And 5s.
Hey.
So that's 3 wounds.
There's no armor saves.
No, -1.
Okay, so 4s. 2 down, so he's down to 5.
Cool. Heavy Stubber. And 5s again. 1 wound.
Nope, down to 4.
Heavy Bolter. No wounds. And then auto cannon. All hit. Toughness 7.
Yeah.
5 wounds, -1.
Okay, so can I actually save any of these? If not, he's probably dead. -1.
Yeah.
So I dropped 2 more. So he's down to 2 wounds remaining.
Okay, the Incursors in here are going to shoot him.
Yep.
So 4 shots. I didn't move 4 inches this turn, so I only hit on 3s. 5s. No. Okay.
Your little think, or are you going straight into it?
I'm going to go straight into it.
Ooh.
The Vindicar Assassin. He's going to use my last CP to shoot the Demon Prince using his pistol and a turbo penetrator round, which means if I hit, I think it's just if I hit, I deal D3 mortal wounds to a monster.
Yep, so 2 up required. Yep.
Right, D3 mortal wounds, so 3+ you're dead. What is it?
Reroll.
Oh!
Attention. Hey, you got him. You got him. So that is 3 points for assassination and a massive threat out of the open.
And it's priority threat neutralised. So I gain 1 CP. I'm going to spend that 1 CP to double kill. He's then going to fire his rifle over at that boy over there.
Sounds like a plan.
So 3 up because I've moved.
Oh, roll again. You've got 4 in the same place.
Hits. Wounds on a 2.
Yep.
Wounds. -3. You don't get your invuln.
I am going to... I'll give it a go. Just to
Last CP.
infuriate you. Nope.
D3. D3 wounds. 1 wound. You're still alive. So on a 3+, you take a mortal wound. Oh!
So close. Squeaky bum times for both of us then, but he's still on 1 room remaining. These guys have shot into my Marines, killing 1 and putting 1 on 1 wound. Then we go over to...
Actually, I think the Warsuit's going to charge... you used your last CP, didn't you?
Yeah, we're both on 0.
So the Warsuit's going to charge these as well.
Okay, so the Warsuit into the Poxwalkers. Does not get in anywhere. And then it's the Reaver into this guy. No. Okie dokie. I will pass you over to Ben. He can do his recap and see how many points he accumulated this turn.
Okay, so I'm still hanging in there, although I'm running out of bodies. This turn I got 8 points on the primary, 3 points for assassination. Nice one. 3 points for engage, because I've got those boys over in the back, over there and over here. 2 more for raise the banners. And I've done a second scan. So that's another 6 points at the end of the game, assuming that my lieutenant doesn't get killed. So we'll see how Kyle's turn 3 goes for me. Probably not nicely.
Turn 3 starts like this. These guys have moved up, slow but steady, holding objective 5 still, but able to shoot these guys potentially off objective 4. The Plague Marines have moved around, holding this, but then able to potentially shoot down this section as well. We have split the blob. The blob of Poxwalkers have anchored down on objective 3 just to potentially stop Ben taking the spawn off and claiming that for himself. The HQ and the bodyguards are moving up. It's a bit risky with the sniper and squads down here, but if I can take this warsuit out and the troop, you know, I'll feel very, very comfortable indeed. So, psychic, what happened? So, Typhus again bossed his psychic powers, so the Terminators are -1 to hit and +1 strength, +1 toughness for vitality. And he also did -1 pestilence, so it's -1 to hit on them as well. Going over to the Plaguecaster, which I have now just remembered, he did 2 psychic powers, and because he got both over 7s, he dishes another mortal wound out to this warsuit, so he's lost another 2. He got 2 over smite, and then the discharge as well, so I don't know, knock 2 more off the warsuit, Ben, please.
Another 2?
Because I got 7s on the Lord.
Oh, okay.
So what would that put him on?
7.
7, see, magic number. And that is really it for that. Shooting, again, will be very limited. I am probably going to put all the shots from this squad into here. And I will probably put all the shots from here into here as well. And I will come back after I've done that to see what damage I've done. 2 stand from the bolters and the flamers, going over to Typhus and his little retinue. All the flamers did nothing on the warsuit, which was a little bit of a shame. I could burn 1 CP to make these flamers hit, but I feel like that 1 CP I've got left will be beneficial to make sure I'm not getting a really rubbish charge. I'd rather get into that that warsuit and mince him up there. And yeah. Even if I kill these with the flamer, he's still got the lieutenant holding that objective, so it doesn't make any difference. So we'll go straight into the charge phase. I am going to be declaring all of them because you can't Overwatch and you can't interrupt, so there's no point leaving them back there chilling. Start with Typhus. For a 6, that's
easy.
What do I actually need?
What, for him?
Yeah.
For Typhus, you needed a 3.
Okay. Death Shroud, I get a 7, they're comfortable. Plague Surgeon gets a 6, does that get in?
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yep.
And then the Plaguecaster gets into 9, absolutely wants it. So I'll move all them in and we'll see if I can take down this warsuit in combat.
Okay, so first one first is Typhus into the warsuit.
7 attacks because of his new upgradedness. Hitting on 2s, I'm going to do the cleaving blow. So that is hitting on 2s. All hit. Strength 7 against toughness 5, so 3's rolling everything because that's Contaminator. So that is 6 ups.
How much damage?
3 each.
Well, I'm probably dead then, aren't I? How many dice? Yeah. Oh, that's disappointing.
So he's on 1 wound.
Ian, 3 each. You've just done me 9 damage.
Oh, yeah. I can't.
So I'll take one of these dice and hope I roll a 6.
No, he implodes. That is 3 out of 3. 17 points scored. 12 for the primary. 3 for Spread of Sickness, thanks to the Poxwalkers on objective 3 down there. And Engage, I got 2, thanks to these guys down. Probably really what I should have done is, if I could have done, flamed these units down here. But the Dreadnought being destroyed is a win. 3 out of 3 in 3 turns is not bad at all. Typhus' new Warlord trait shuts down OBSEC, so I'm holding this objective even though he has OBSEC units down there. I'm holding 5, 3, the middle one, I think that's 1, and then obviously 2 down there. So I'm holding 4, 2, Ben's 1 currently, so I'm feeling very confident. At least he's only getting 4 for the primary this turn. Looking good indeed. If he does very well with some of the sniping and taking out the Death Shroud, these might be a little bit bother, since they're going to bag him pretty much maxing out assassination. We shall see. Anyway, moving on to Ben's turn 4.
Okay, so end of my movement phase looks like this. The Incursors have moved away from the objective, but we have news there in a moment. The Reaver Lieutenant is moving up here. The Reavers have moved out because they need to shoot something with the bolt pistols. It's getting towards Hail Mary time. The Infiltrators have moved into here to take advantage of the ability to shoot this back gentleman over here. And the rest of these, who I no longer get engaged in all fronts for under the new rules, because I've not got a unit of 3 or more models, have moved over to take aim at these over here. So, what news have we got, Jimmy? Kyle, even?
I am Jimmy. So basically, Typhus' ability only works with leadership 7 or lower. So, because his sergeant's still there, it's technically 8. So, the OBSEC is still in effect. So, he's got 8 for the primary round and 4. So, if he killed his lieutenant, which he wouldn't have done unless he had some special rules, it would have been on 4. So, just let me clarify. I didn't want to go with it and then make a big boo-boo with that, because it could potentially run down to 4 points at the end, and I would be really gutted if it's done it wrong. So Typhus shuts down actions, and he shuts down OBSEC with leadership 7 over. So yeah, good thing to remember.
Right, shooting phase incoming.
Starting the shooting phase, the Reavers and the Lieutenant have shot into the spawn, managing to take 1 wound off. Now we go over to this side of the board, where these guys are shooting all their guns into this foul blight spawn. 6 shots, hitting on 2s because they've moved. 6s are auto wounds.
Wound all 5s.
Okay.
Fumbled the Hail Mary.
Not what we wanted. Straight on to the next ones.
Yep. So the Incursors into the
Death Shroud?
Death Shroud. Yes.
So you get +1 because you're done, but then it's -1 through all this nonsense.
Yep.
So
You don't get the benefits of cover.
Okay, so 2s anyway then.
1 hit.
Nope. No wounds.
And then the Lieutenant hits wounds.
1.
No minus.
Absolutely fine.
Incursors.
Go, go, go. Where are we going?
1 wound, no minus.
Okay, same target, yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely fine. Sniper time?
Sniper time.
I'll let you have a little think. Mortis rounds into the Death Shroud. Ben wants them dead.
So, hit on 3s. All hit.
Good start.
Wound on, what's your toughness?
6.
That's disappointing. Wounding on 5s, 6 do a mortal wound. 2 wounds. -2.
So, is that a mortal wound and then on top of it?
Yes.
So, I get a 6-up shrug for that. Let's start with that one. Nope. So, one is on down to 1 wound, and then I get, what's the AP?
-2.
So, for my 4-up in Vuns. Nope. So you kill one, damage 2.
Well, it's down to damage 1. So I kill one and put a 1 damage on the other.
Yeah, cool. So killed 1, the champion is on 2 wounds remaining. Not bad at all.
Okay, I think we guess what's coming up next.
Yeah.
The Vindicator Assassin is going to shoot the
champion Death Shroud.
The champion Death Shroud. So I hit on 2s. A wound on 2s. We'll call that cocked. Yep. Minus
3, isn't it?
Minus 3, no end wound.
So 5 ups. Yep, he's fine. Wah, wah, wah. Short but sweet charge phase. We have the lieutenant into just the spawn or both of them?
Just the spawn.
Okie dokie. And then these guys are into
him.
Oh, okay. Cheeky, cheeky. Alright, see what you get. Yep, he's in. And I think it's, as long as you don't get like double 1. Yeah, you're absolutely fine. On a 6. Cool. Very good indeed. I can't interrupt, so it doesn't really matter where you start.
Are you going to heroically intervene him?
No.
No?
I'm not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, the lieutenant in Reaver armour, he's carrying the Knight's Blade, which is a Vanguard Spearhead relic, which is wounds on 2s unless the target's a vehicle. It's minus 3, minus 4 because I'm in the Assault Doctrine, 2 damage a pop. So,
Tasty.
5 attacks on the charge. Hits on a 2. Typical. Wounds on a 2. Typical. Minus 4.
Yeah, he's dead.
You have minus 1 damage.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, 2 damage.
Yeah, he's dead. Bye-bye, Spawny. Cool. Right, moving over to the troop onto my champion. 7 attacks from the Incursus into my champion.
Hit on 3s.
It's minus 1.
Hit on 4s. Wound on 5s. No.
Okie dokie. I get to attack back with my champion. I'll see his profiles and see what I can do. Of course, we're doing the cleaving attacks, boys and girls. So, 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. All hit. Wounding on 2s, re-rolling them 1s. Cool. 4 6s, good sir.
Only 3 6s.
Everyone's flat 3.
Well.
They're well and truly splattered. Goodbye.
Okay, so with the Incursus dead, I'm rapidly running out of guys. I've got 1 small squad in each quarter of the
really
battlefield. Surrounded, but not unbowed. I scored 13 for the turn. I can still win this, can I? It's mathematically possible. So, you know, let's fight on. Kyle's turn 4, coming at you.
Turn 4, and it is a very close game. Granted, I have a lot more models, but it's still all to play for. Let's move this dice. Thank you all. So these guys have moved up. The Blight spawn has advanced, getting a 6 on his advance. Basically, it's an assault weapon. He doesn't get any penalties to hit, so why in the hell not? So I could potentially spew his lieutenant at the back there. These guys have just shuffled around a little bit so that the flamer can get these guys as well, holding his objective. Purely because the fact that he was holding 4, I could drop 1. Granted, he could potentially get it, but he'd have to get it at the start of turn 5, which he won't get, so it's irrelevant. So I left that one. Hopefully I can anchor this on at the end of my turn 5 and hold this one as well. Going over here, the Poxwalkers have just bombed up, looking to basically circle the lieutenant. Granted, and over here we have got a crazy blob as well. So all I've done is moved within near enough combat with all these. Psychic went off. Typhus whiffed all his psychic for the first time, but the Plaguecaster had done his psychic powers, killing 1 eliminator, and wounding the assassin, which is lovely jubbly indeed. Obviously, it would be end of movement. I am going to do spread the sickness with an inventory, so it's going to be my Plaguecaster. So, obviously, I would play it normally in a combat, but because we're rounding it all together, it's just easier to do it this way.
Actually, you mean your Plague Surgeon?
Yeah, that's what I meant. They're all Plague, everything's bloody Plague. So D3 mortal wounds. Is it cocked? I don't want to be a cheater. Yeah, it's cocked. For 1.
Does it?
I don't think his aura works on himself. So he's taken a wound, so he's down to 3 wounds, but bags me 3 points for spread the sickness. Starting off with these Terminators, I'm going to shoot all the guns and the spewer into his troop, and then following it up, depending on how well I do, is probably the 2 HQ are going to go into his lieutenant. So I'll do the bolters off camera, and then we'll go into the nice juicy sprays and see if I can kill the lieutenant. The Terminator shot, and also the Marines, because I needed to finish off the 2 troop. So now we'll go into this. I'll start with my Lord, the one that's so badly damaged, but he's managed to boss it so far. It's 2d6. I'll keep it. It's 8. Oh, tiny hands again. Tiny hands. Right, auto hitting. It's strength 6 and toughness 3 because of the contagion range. So it's 2s, re-rolling 1s because of contagion. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8 at -1, good sir.
Who's on my desk?
Right in front of you.
Killed him.
Wow, okay. Did not expect that. That means 3 more points for assassination. Woohoo! Grenades, gauntlets and all that good stuff shot into these guys, managing to cling just 1 wound off thanks to their cover saves. And that is shooting done. Pretty good for down here. Managing to bag me 3, taking him off his only objective. So now it's just a charge phase. So Typhus is going to go into the Eliminators, and the champion is going to go into the Assassin. And right over here, these guys is going to try and encircle this Lieutenant. So the Poxwalkers getting an 8, nice and easy, and then Typhus getting a 12.
The Assassin's going to Overwatch.
Hmm?
Against the guy that missed him.
Hmm.
The Assassin's going to Overwatch. Missed.
Okay. 3 inches is enough in it to get to the Assassin.
Oh yeah, I'll get
Yeah.
to the bottom.
Okay, cool. So Overwatch failed, charges success. I will encircle the Poxwalkers with... I'll encircle them. And yeah, we'll get right into the fight phase.
Okay, so we've got all these Poxwalkers over here. 13 of them can get attacks into the Lieutenant, which means we've got 26 attacks incoming, and we're doing what stratagems?
The Wrathful Dead and Mutant Strain. Mutant Strain, any 6s to hit a mortal wound, any 1s, mortal wounds on me. But then Wrathful Dead is my Plague Company's ability where I can reroll hits on the Plague Poxwalkers. So I can just basically auto reroll, try and get them 6s. So you got 5 wounds overall?
Yes.
4 or 5, won't it?
Yeah. You're probably going to mortal wound him to death here. 5.
It's a very nasty thing. Right, so we'll roll here. Right.
That's a lot of mortal wounds for you. I saw straight off.
So I can reroll all the fail hits because I can. Alright, so reroll.
You ain't killed him yet.
So it's a nasty little combo this. So
Just pull them out of the way.
So he's got 1 wound left. Right, so he's well and truly dead. And then I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on myself.
That's cool.
6 on myself, and I'll roll my Feel No Pains. Right, so I drop 5, and the Lieutenant is dead.
Terminator champion into the Vindicar.
Hitting on 3s, rolling 1s because of Typhus. Good shout too. All hit. 2s to wound. Reroll 1 for the Plague Weapon. looking to be? Your invuns, good sir. 3 invuns.
Yeah, you got him anyway, didn't you?
Yep.
Uh,
And just like that, Typhus sliced down the remaining Marines in this quarter here. Wow. Yeah, pretty much wiped the whole army out. Don't really much to say. So basically bagging 2 for engage, 9 for assassination, 3 for spread the sickness, and then 12 for my primary. So it's a fantastic turn for me. And it's probably game for this one. Safe to say?
Probably. I think the most points I can score this turn coming up is another 3. No, 4. Because he's your warlord.
No, Typhus is Warlord.
Is he? No,
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
So we will play turn 5 out. We'll do this really quickly off camera, just so we get an accurate score. Bag some final points up for, like you said, assassination and stuff like that. Possibly the moral victory, because he's been fighting this guy for all 4 turns. It'd be very nice if he could pop him off and kill him. So, conceding from the Marines, but we will play turn 5, so we'll see you in the total wrap-up, guys. And that is that. We played turn 5, like we said. And the final scores on the doors is Death Guard 82, Space Marines 51.
Didn't manage to kill the guy on the last turn.
No. Didn't kill him. And then what I did is spread the sickness on objective 4. I split. So then I was holding 3 quarters, so getting 2 more points to engage as well. So looking at the tallies, spread the sickness, I got 5 objectives.
Yep, all 5 of them in the end.
Which is pretty decent, so 15 out of that. Engage 8, assassination. I got the max I could get in this, which was 13, which I'm very, very chuffed about. Ben, assassination just wasn't your game for assassination. You only got killed the Demon Prince.
That dirty relic.
Yeah, it's very, very tasty. I've always looked at it before and I'm like, yeah, I really want it, because I was gonna not have him and have the Lord of Contagion, the axe guy, and give him a really beasty axe, which is one of my favourite relics, but I went against it and I'm very, very glad I did. Engage 11, which you'd imagine for this sort of army you'd be up there with them points anyway. Raise the banners 7 out of 15, which fair enough.
I knew banners wasn't going to score me that many, but because I didn't think I'd be able to hold 3 objectives, I was just trying to score 2 objectives as much as I can, and then drop in behind for the engage.
I think when you jumped to the back of field and I knew you had deep strike, I was like, okay, if I don't hit hard sort of turn 3, you're gonna pincer me. I mean, this army is all about kind of clusters, like I've got Death Guard, like HQ with loads of stuff going, but the problem is I can't really hold things very well because I have to keep everything together. So when I split my Poxwalkers, I was like, is this going to be wise? I mean, it turned out really well because, again, resilience of Death Guard, and I was rolling pretty spicy when it mattered, which is, and a day it's a dice game, sometimes it happens like that. I do think the Lord that you were trying to sniper all day was probably my favourite thing in my army.
He should have gone.
Yeah, he should have definitely gone. The reroll ones, and then he had that stupidly nasty flamer. It's just brilliant. Typhus actually got to do something. Normally when I play him, he just sort of sits at the back and he takes 5 turns to get to where he needs to be, and by that point they've all teleported somewhere else or flown away. This army, for this style, like you said, you had all your weapons were going to be damage 1. They all turned to damage 1, so I always had the advantage on that. But
the only damage 2, I had some damage 2 scattered around the army, but the only things that were effectively damage 2 were the Invictus Fists, and that's the only multi-damage weapons I had. Well, the Vindicar, his rifle, if I rolled well enough. But the best weapon available for this, the most damaging weapon available for this army is the Eliminators with the Lasfusel, and I don't have those, and that is really the only anti-tank available to them. They're not a killy army, so I wouldn't take one to a proper tournament if I was you.
Yeah, we were saying on camera, like, there's a lot of -1 damage these days, so that doesn't help. You've got an army which is completely over it. I'm very, like, I was umming and ahhing about taking all the relics I did, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
There was so much nasty stuff going on.
How many Warlord traits did you have?
2 Warlord, 3 relics, I think I did. I was going to do another Warlord trait, but I think I got, well, technically 3 because Typhus gets an extra one because he's just a monster. It's good to... There's so much going on with Typhus, which I do still love him, even though it's not particularly the best thing going. I just hope GW don't have a rethink and knock the points down a little bit more. But you know what? It worked really well in this game. It was in my favour. My Demon Prince. Unfortunately for you guys, obviously we didn't film it, but splatting your Librarian with that Psychic Power was a very nice moment for me. But yeah,
I was hoping the Librarian was going to survive because then I could demonstrate Shadow's Touch, but that didn't happen.
well, I'd say another day, but probably not if you're not going to bring music.
Yeah.
We'll see.
This is a poor matchup for this army. They're interesting to play with because you've got a lot of manoeuvrability options, which you've got extra manoeuvrability options over and above sort of regular Marine army, but they're just not killing enough. The weaponry, the base weaponry has no AP. They don't have access to multi-damage weapons or many multi-damage weapons. So again, if it had been against a tank army, no chance. Like a guard tank army, not a chance.
Yeah, you can look at that.
They're fun, but you've got to be facing the right level of opponent, I think, and Death Guard are several tiers above.
Yeah. Well, that's that. Good game though. I did enjoy it. I like the sneakiness of them. As like I said, it should be. It had a little bit more punch, just a little bit more where they could be sneaky and get into you.
A bit of AP wasn't going to miss.
Exactly. Well, that being said, no battle report done. So if you like this, please subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to us. And then again, I don't know if I've got it on here with my. Yeah, well, to fair. And then let me just get it. Let me get it. Oh no, yeah, it is. Oh, what's that? Elysian War Games. You gotta check out our sponsors, Elysian War Games. Them guys are fantastic and they're doing an amazing job at the moment. So yeah, please hit it up. And if you want that cheap Warhammer, go check them out. So until next time, I've been Kyle.
I've been Ben.
Adios and au revoir. Right. 3, 2, 1.
I'm doing it again, Jimmy. All right. Right. 3, 2, 1.
Turn 1.